Hey friend, welcome to Breaking Free, 14 Days to Food Peace. This is a real conversation for the woman who's tired of starting over, afraid of food, and ready to feel like herself again. See, in this series, it's going to speak to the woman who's tried it all. She's tracked it all, and she feels like she's losing the battle with food, her body, and herself. Does that sound familiar? I'm Cassie Covey. I'm a coach, a mom, and a former all-or-nothing perfectionist who's finally stopped living by food rules and started listening to her body. See, in this 14-day series, we're talking about what really keeps women stuck. The shame, the spirals, the mindset, the habits, and how to break free without another diet or reset or, starting over every Monday. See here, each episode is short, honest, and designed to speak directly to the part of you that's exhausted, but not done. Let's get into it. Episode 3, Fear of Carbs and the Beliefs that Fuel It. All right, let's go. Hey, friend, welcome back to Breaking Free. See, this is a series for women who are done with the diets, you're done with the guilt, and you're ready to heal your relationship with food for good. I know that's you. I know that's where you're at. See, today we're diving into a food group that so many women fear. But see, they secretly crave it. Do you hear that part? See, it's carbs. The bread, the pasta, the rice, the bagels, the cereal, the potatoes. If you've ever felt nervous about eating them, even when your body is begging for them. You hear that part? Even when your body is begging for them. So you're absolutely not alone. Okay, so here, let's get started with this hard truth. All right, are you ready for this? You're not afraid of carbs. I'm going to repeat that. You're not afraid of carbs. You are afraid of losing control. Ouch. Like that stung. I know it did. I know it did. You're afraid of losing control. See, the fear you feel when you reach for a bagel or you pour that bowl of cereal, it's not really about the food. Like, let's get down to it. It's not about the food. It's about what you think it says about you. That you're weak. That you're undisciplined. That you'll spiral if you give yourself an inch. But where did that fear actually come from? For years, even for decades, as far back as I can remember, and everyone that's around my age and even older, diet culture has demonized carbs. We've been told that carbs are the enemy. Low carb diets, keto, paleo, they're all teaching the same thing. That eating carbs means gaining weight, being, quote, bad, or undoing all of your progress. And to make it worse, this gets praised. Everywhere you turn, it gets praised. See, when you skip the bread at dinner, someone compliments you. They compliment your discipline. When you make cauliflower rice instead of real rice, people cheer you on. You get approval for denying yourself. And it really does start to shape your identity. So what happens? Carbs, they just stop being food and start feeling like a threat to your self-worth. See, and over time, we start to believe that who we are is tied to how in control we appear. So take note of this part. I don't eat bread becomes part of our brand. I can say no to anything becomes a point of pride. I'm the one with strong willpower. See, that feels like a badge that you have to keep earning, right? You know you've been there. You know you felt those things. You know you have. But see, here's the thing. Control isn't the same as peace. I'm going to repeat that because you really need to hear it. Control isn't the same as peace. See, control, it's exhausting. Like seriously exhausting. Control says, I have to keep saying no to prove I'm worthy. And eventually, it breaks. See, you binge, you spiral, you lose control. But you didn't fail. You were just hungry. You hear that? You were just hungry and tired of the pressure. See, freedom, it doesn't mean eating everything in sight. Let's frame it like this. Just because you can, doesn't mean you should. Freedom means being able to eat a bagel without the mental warfare that follows. It means having rice with dinner without planning on how to burn it off. You know you've been there. You've eaten that one food, and while you're eating it, you're telling yourself, ooh, how am I going to burn this off? What am I going to do? You know you've been there. See, freedom means that food is just food. That's it, point blank. Nothing else. Put the period behind it. It's just food, period. Okay? And yes, that's possible. Even if right now it doesn't feel like it. I remember a time when I was on, I think it was called Atkins. It's like basically the original keto, where you have tons of fat and you have no carbs. All right. So I'd go to a restaurant and I'd get a burger without a bun. And back then people just looked at you like you're crazy. So I'm getting this burger without a bun. And it was great. Everything was good. So I didn't have carbs. I didn't have potato chips. I didn't live life. All right. I was so focused on everything else. So then that one time when I had a burger and it had a bun and I ate it. And it was like, at first, guilt sunk in. It was legit guilt. And I didn't know why. Like there was guilt, but then relief. Because I'm like, oh, this is so good. How did I go without eating a bun on my burger? And the relief that I didn't have to earn it. The relief that I could enjoy something that my body was asking for, like without shame. Yeah. I had believed that eating carbs meant that I was losing control. That's what I formed around this whole thing when I took carbs out of my diet. I figured if I ate them, I was losing control. You know? But what I actually gained was freedom. See? Have you been there? Have you taken them out? Have you not eaten them? And then you sit down and you have them, and it's like, whoa. At first you feel guilty, like you're doing something wrong. You know? I know you've been there. So see, if carbs still feel scary to you, here's where you can start. Get your pen and paper, write this down. Pick one feared food. Maybe it's toast. Maybe it's pasta or rice. And eat it without a plan to restrict later. Number 2, stay present. Notice how it feels emotionally and physically. Don't rush. Don't judge. Number 3, remind yourself, this is nourishment. This is safety. This is allowed. Repeat. That's number 4. Because freedom doesn't come from one bite. It comes from consistency and compassion. If this resonated with you and you're ready to make peace with the foods that you feared, let this be your reminder. You were never meant to fear your food. And you don't have to earn nourishment. If this spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And come connect with me on Instagram. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to cheer you on. And until next time, keep choosing peace over perfection. If this episode hit home, take a second to breathe. See, you're not broken. You're not failing. You're just stuck in a system that was never meant to support women like you. Like women carrying the weight of everyone else while trying to hold themselves together. I want to help you change that. So DM me the word weekend on Instagram and I'll send you a resource, a next step, or just a reminder that you're not doing this alone. And if you know another woman who needs to hear this, forward her this episode. Like share it with her, send it to her, screenshot it, put it in your stories. Let her know that she's not alone either. I'll see you tomorrow for the next truth that you didn't know you needed.